Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and in today's video tutorial I will be showing you how I made this 1-year board. And before I begin, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do, and check out my little handmade store www.zhannastar.com, where I sell the cutest little handmade hats, and use the code YouTube to get 15% off your order. For this project, you could use a regular Cricut Explorer or a Cricut Maker. A large plywood, I used a 24 by 48 inches plywood. I went inside the store and I got everything in the store because online the prices are almost doubled, because I believe I paid like $11 for this plywood. And then a long Cricut mat, 12 inches by 24, your weeding tool, a wood stain. I got this at Home Depot inside the store. It was like $2 something. Any type of measuring tool. I used a double-sided foam tape. I got mine from Dollar Tree. Scissors, white vinyl. I use HTVRont.com. Their vinyl is the best and the prices are freaking amazing. And to cut the vinyl, I just used the Cricut Premium Fine Point blade. If you're like me doing the name in wood, you do need the bass or balsa wood. It's like a soft wood. And for that, you do need a Cricut Maker because you need to use the knife blade and the housing for that. Okay, so the first thing I did, I stained my board, and I just used a random rag I found in my house and I rubbed it all over the plywood. I used a quick dry and it dried really quick. You could also paint it. I just stained it because I didn't want to deal with the transfer tape peeling off the paint. I'm going to go on my Cricut design and insert a shape, just a square. And right here on the size, I'm going to put 24 on lock and 48th in length. So this is like my template of my board because I wanted to see how and where I want to place all my letters and photos. And I just turn it to white just so I can see everything I place on top of it. The next thing I did, I went and I developed the photos, and all my photos are 4 by 5. And I'm going to insert more squares, or just duplicate this one. And the size is going to be 4 width and 5 inches in height. And I just changed the color just so I know these are the pictures. Okay, and then the next step, I'm going to duplicate it, and each so I'm gonna have 12 pictures total for 12 months. So I'm gonna have 3 rows and 4 columns. So when I inserted my 4 squares, I'm just kind of going to place them wherever, and it looks pretty even. So now I'm going to select all 4 of these squares, and by doing that, I'm going to hold down the shift key and click on each one. Then I'm going to go on align top, so they're now all even. And then under align, I'm going to distribute them horizontally. So that means these spaces in between will be even. I'm just going to attach it and duplicate it twice. So here are all my little squares. So this is basically where all my photos are going to go. So for now, I'm just going to place them like this. And now I'm going to insert my text and write 1 year of. And the font that I use for this one, I downloaded for free on .font.com. And the thing is that because it's a free font, I couldn't make it bold. The reason why I wanted to use this font because it's like tall versus if I use any other fonts, the letters become small. So if I would have to fit one, but I like this, so it fits the whole square, I want it to look tall though. And if I stretch the letters out, one way to do it is unlocking it, and then you could drag it like that, but I didn't like it. And so what I did, I opened my app. You could have it on the phone or on your iPad. It's called Fonto app. I do have a video how to use it, but basically what I did, I typed in all my words. Typed in all my words, and under style, I ended up adding, it's called stroke on here. And basically it makes the font thick. And then what I did, I shared it to my computer, and then I just uploaded it, and here it is. And that's how I did it. If you don't want to do all these extra steps, just choose any font you could type in, and there you go. So here's my template, my rectangle, my wood piece, and this is as big as I want this to be on here. So about 14 inches. And then the name, I want it to be 14 inches as well. And it's going to be placed about here. Okay. And now this is how I decide how big I want the 1, 2, 3, all the letters to be. So I'm going to move this down. If you're using just a regular font, you're just going to type in word by word. What I do, I duplicate it and then type in all the words. Duplicate, double click on this word, type in the next word, like that. But because I did not do it that way, I wanted to use this font. You could do contour right here, but because I have so many, it's going to take me forever. And contour, what that means, whatever letter you click on, it will hide them. But again, it's going to take too long. It will hide all the letters you clicked on. So what I do, I'm just going to insert a shape, usually a square, and unlock it. And what I do, I place it over the word I need. And then I'm going to select the square and the words together. And how I do it, I just click on the screen. Click on the screen and then press and hold it and drag my mouse to select both of these two things, and then I'm going to slice it. And that's done. So here's my one. There's going to be two all the time, so I just delete one, and then I keep another one here. And I'm going to do to all of them like this. Anyway, again, it's easier if you just pick a font that you could just type in. I'm very picky with my fonts, so I'm going with this. If you're doing it this way, make sure the rectangle is not touching any other letters because it will slice it with those. And you want to start with your biggest word. And mine was 12. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it where it's supposed to go on my board. And because my pictures are the width of 4, so I'm just going to have it as 4. The width is 4 of this one. Make sure it's locked when you're resizing the width. So after doing this with my biggest one, the the height of my word is 2.849. So I'm just going to select the height and I'm going to copy it. And now all my words are going to be that same height. So that makes it all even. And now I'm just going to place them above all the squares, which would be my pictures. Okay, so here they are. And now I'm gonna click shift again and click on all my words. 1, 2, 3, 4. Align bottom, and they're even at the bottom. And I'm gonna align distribute horizontally. So, okay, since this looks good, I'm gonna go ahead and attach them all, or you could weld it. And the reason why I did that, because now this line is gonna be cut as one. And I'm gonna do the same thing for this row and this row, and each row is gonna be attached like this. So you can have 3 different rows attached. And don't attach all 3 of them together. You just need all rows separately. And I'm gonna go ahead and put them all as one color. This is gonna be a different color because this I'm making out of wood. I'm just gonna delete everything else. Okay, and now it's ready to cut. It's not gonna let me make it because of this giant square will not fit into the machine, and we don't need to cut it. I'm just saying that that's why it won't let me make it. So what I do right here is, this is the square, I just hide it. And all of my pink squares, I'm gonna hide it too because I don't need it. And now I'm going to click make it. I have my stuff cut out, and what I like to do is get my X-Acto knife, and I'm gonna cut the vinyl. I like to do that so when I'm peeling this off, it's not peeling everything else. Okay, I'm gonna get my weeding tool, and I'm using this little suction cup from htvround.com, and it's really cool. And then you just place it in front of you when you weed out your stuff. Here is my transfer tape. And I'm going to be reusing these pieces for every single one of them. One thing, if it doesn't come off, I just use my weeding tool. Okay, so I recorded the whole process of this board, and I have no idea what happened to that video. So I'm just gonna kind of explain it. So with the pictures, I went and I got my foam tape, also called 3D tape, and it's sticky on each side. And I cut off little squares, and I put one here, 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 and here, and I just taped them straight to the board, and they're staying on really well. And then with the name, I also taped it with this, so I can later take it off and use it for something else. So the first thing I applied was this 1 year of Estella, and then what I did, I put this down. And once I did this strip, that's when I put the pictures right underneath it. And then I kind of just eyed it and put the next strip down. And then I did the photos. I stapler gun and I stapled all the flowers too. I already took them off because this is like way after her birthday.